Hello vinyl community, how are you? I'm Gary and this is physical format rock and roll. Welcome to Ohio. Thank you so much for joining me. I always appreciate it. This is an episode of Vinyl Finds. This is where I show some of the things that I have found. These are all used vinyl, going through the bins. None of this stuff was ordered through the mail. None of it is new. It's all what they call previously loved, which is a weird term. I just call it used vinyl. Anyway, most of this stuff, I didn't get it all on the same trip. I kind of got a little bit of a backlog, so I'm just going to show some of them. But I think all of these, except for maybe two, came from Gromies, which is my main record store over in Lima, Ohio. As you guys maybe have heard me talk about, it's a pretty cool record store and always treats me good. So anyway, first record that I got is from, I can't remember if it was 82 or 83. I think it came out in 82. That's Dawn Patrol by Night Ranger. You can see the record in there. The record itself is in pretty good shape. It's got some ring wear on the cover there, but like they always say, I'm not playing the cover. I am playing the vinyl. This, of course, was their first album and had, you know, Don't Tell Me You Love Me on here, which I still think that song is excellent. I saw these guys open up for Kiss on their Creatures of the Night tour, so very memorable for me. That was the first time I'd ever seen Night Ranger. By the way, for those of you who don't necessarily go to a whole lot of concerts, you might think Night Ranger is nothing special in concert, but they are actually very good live. I recommend going to see it. Even to this day, they're very good live. Next up is Sting, The Dream of the Blue Turtles. This, of course, is one of his early solo albums, if not maybe his first. I'm not sure. It still has this in there, which opens up. So this is in really good shape. Let me see if I can take that out real quick. Yeah, look at that shiny vinyl. I always have enjoyed the Police more than Sting's solo work, but that doesn't mean that I don't like solo work by Sting, because I still do. He's a great artist, fantastic. Next up is Afterburner by ZZ Top. Never had this one on vinyl. I'm gonna take this one out, but it is also in excellent shape. This, of course, has Sleeping Bag on there, which is one of my favorite ZZ Top songs, so I decided to pick this one up. Happy to find that. Here's something that you probably won't see too often, is a guy wearing a Motorhead shirt holding up a Bee Gees record. But this is Bee Gees' first record. This is from 1967. Got that cool Atco label on there. Are some of you guys really nerdy about labels, thinking that they're really cool, some of the old labels? I know I was talking to Jeff Witcher the other night. We were talking how we like the London labels on those early Stones. I like this Atco label. I think it's really cool. The Bee Gees, if you're not aware of early Bee Gees, it's very different than the Bee Gees like of the late 70s and early 80s. This is definitely more of a 60s sound and more along the lines of Beatles or something like this. But my buddy Chris Prophy has got me into this early Bee Gees stuff. Next up, man, here's a cool one to find. Triumph Stages. This is great, man. This is a double live album. There's one of them. The record is in good shape, and it's got all kinds of hits on here. You know, let me see. When the lights go down, Never Surrender, Allied Forces. God, I love that song, Allied Forces. Magic Powers on here, Rock and Roll Machine. Lay It on the Line. All this stuff is live. Triumph from Canada, of course. Very famous in the 80s. Fight the Good Fight. It's got so much. Spellbound is on here. So much good stuff on this. Very happy to find a nice copy of a double live album from Triumph. Next up, Jackson Browne, Late for the Sky. I've already listened to some of this. Pretty good. Now the vinyl. This is what I would call a, you know, a holdover vinyl, because if I like this album a lot, I am definitely going to get a nicer copy of it, because I will say the vinyl is not perfect. I mean, it's not bad, but it's got a little bit of surface noise on it at times. So if I really like this album, I will upgrade, but this will be a placeholder for now. Jackson Browne, Late for the Sky. Buddy Rich Strickler has got me into Jackson Browne now. I guess I'm becoming more of a softie. I don't know. JT from JT's Record Room also. Finally, the last vinyl that I will show you. I wanted to save this for last. This is heavy metal. Except Balls to the Wall. This, of course, is classic German metal from the early 80s. And it's nice to find this one in vinyl. I mean, look at that. Look at that shiny black vinyl. Isn't that beautiful? Smells like heavy metal. This is a great record. I've only ever had this on cassette. So, very happy to find such a nice copy on vinyl. And then just as a little bonus, I also have a cassette of Doro. My buddy Aaron Muth Alamere got this son of a gun on vinyl. I was kind of jealous because I don't have that, but I did have this is a really nice cassette, really in good shape. This, of course, is her early solo album, and it has the remake of Only You by Kiss off of their fantastic album, The Elder. So I'm definitely happy to get that too. So those are my vinyl finds for the moment. Like I said, most of them got them from Gromies. If you're ever in Lyman, Ohio, stop over. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. And until the next time, my friends, I will see you down the road.